Hey everybody, it is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur, and welcome to another episode of State of the Real Estate Market. In today's episode, we're actually going to tell you how to sell your home fast in 2023. So be sure to tune in, take notes. All of this is great information to help you get your home sold fast in 2023. If this is your first time watching this YouTube channel, please be sure to like, subscribe, and be sure to click on the notification button, because that will give you all of the latest and greatest updates. Whenever I release information, a lot of this information is all free. So be sure to take in as much as you can. Be sure to like, subscribe, and then also click on that notification button, guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. Like I said, it's how to sell your home fast in 2023. This is a YouTube channel where we not only talk about buying, selling, investing in real estate, but we also talk about hot topics regarding entrepreneurship and building generational wealth. Well, here we are. We are back to the latest and greatest. And yes, this is how to sell your home fast in 2023. And for those who are all chiming in, I hope you are a homeowner. This is typically for our homeowners, or for just people who just want to just share the knowledge and have the knowledge, or feel free to share this information with others that might be considering selling their home, because this information is going to be very important. This is not only theory, but this is actual tasks and tips that are practiced every day, not only in my business, but other real estate professionals that I'm familiar with. So be sure to stay tuned. So with that being said, are we in a seller's market or buyer's market? A lot of people continuously are asking me that question. Guys, we are in still what they consider to be a seller's market. In today's market, the inventory is low. And when the inventory is typically low, that means that the sellers have a little bit more control. But we're in a unique market. I do agree that we are in a unique market right now, because not only is the inventory low, but then also the demand is low. So what that means is if people are trying to sell homes, they're being a little bit more flexible, or they should be. But then it also really depends on the market that they're in. Not every market is the same. A lot of information that we're seeing on the news is confusing people, because they're giving a national update on what the real estate market is doing. And typically what happens is it really depends on what your market is doing itself. I'm based in the Tampa Bay market, and with that market being said, it has its own pocket. It's a hot market where a lot of people are moving to it. But it still has its own pockets. You know, people are still on the fence if they want to pay the higher interest rates. And then, you know, I deal with a lot of sellers. So with my sellers, they're typically are on the fence because a lot of them don't want to move from the area, but they do want to leverage the equity that's in their home. And when that happens, where are they going to move to? And if they do move, they're probably going to be ending up paying the higher interest rate. Especially, it's much different than what it was, say 2 years ago, when it was around 3% or sub 3%. And now you're looking at 6+%. So interest rates have doubled since then. So it does make people a little bit more aware of their purchase. And then also, you know, is it worth it? So that's something I sit down with my sellers, but just keeping you guys in the know as to what is going on. All right, why do properties stay on the market? So right now, as I mentioned, mortgage interest rates are on the rise. With mortgage interest rates being on the rise, they're higher than what they were. Buyers are, or if they were consider buying a home, say 2 years ago, and they're now looking at buying a home, they're looking at less of a home, because home prices have gone up. With the prices going up, the interest rates have gone up as well. And with them both going up, it's less home that people are able to afford. Then we also have what's out there, what a lot of people are aware of, inflation. At this point, you know, inflation is cooling a little bit, but interest rates are, you know, still teeter-tottering as in what's going to happen. Another item, why properties stay on the markets? Are the sellers really motivated? And the last one here is buyers didn't see the value in the home. So to touch base on, are sellers really motivated? Are sellers really trying to sell their home for what the current market is asking? Or are they really trying to aim high? Say 2 years ago, a lot of people are still in that fantasy land where the market, where properties were being listed and people were offering $20,000, $30,000, even more above asking price for these homes. And people were getting those prices. People were placing properties on the market that needed repairs. People were placing properties on the market that you ideally would not place on the market without maintaining or taking care of some of the maintenance issues that a property would have. But in today's market, you're seeing a shift in that. It's low inventory. Buyers aren't as eager to purchase homes right now because they're really considering the interest rate. And if they're paying the higher interest rate, they're probably looking more at their money and saying, hey, is it worth me paying more for a home that I know that I want to need to put repairs in, or paying the higher interest rate for a home that they really don't want? It doesn't have exactly what they need. So buyers are really leveraging that and really looking at what features a property may have. The more features that a property has, the more value that a buyer may see in it in order for them to pay the higher prices. I'm in the Tampa Bay market, Florida. A lot of people are moving to the area. So what are they thinking about when they're thinking about real estate? When they're thinking about moving to Florida and real estate, they're thinking of these three things: beaches, palm trees, and swimming pools. So when they're looking at their home, they want to see if the home has a swimming pool. So that is a hot feature. Do you still have your typical hot features, which would be, say, your master bedroom, your kitchen? Have those items been updated? Does it have the granite, stainless steel appliances? They're even looking at flooring, because these are big ticketed items. And then some of the more obvious items that they're looking at would be, condition of the roof, condition of the appliances, condition of the electrical. Those are some major items that people are looking at nowadays, because they're big ticketed items if they have to replace them. Previously, people were willing to take care of those responsibilities, but right now they're like, they're having second thoughts on that. So this is a good reason why properties are staying on the market for those primary reasons. Now, if you want to make sure your home is getting sold fast, you have to step up with the technology. People are buying, depending upon your market, people are looking at homes on their phone, on their iPads, their tablets, mobile devices. They're always on the go. So you really have to consider how good your property looks online, and do you have the additional tools to have your property viewed or being shown in a bigger spotlight? Some of the tools that a lot of people are using right now is virtual walkthroughs, where they're taking video of walking through the property. They're doing some type of tour of the property, not even just the property, but also the community, because that's what is really selling a lot of homes right now, because it's limited opportunity. So when people they're really looking at the features. What does the community have to offer? Does it have a swimming pool? If you have a family and you buy a home without a pool, does the community offer a swimming pool? So that's also something to consider. A lot of people are buying homes without pools because they'll buy it without the pool, and then they'll see how often they go to the pool over the next year. And if their family typically goes to the pool a lot, then they'll probably go ahead and invest that additional amount to go ahead and have their own pool. Okay, so keep that in mind. Using additional tools that are available nowadays and features that people can use to get property sold. Technology is a big situation, big thing for people to really consider. So most of us are aware, hey, COVID is out of the way, but people are still being people. And when I say that, it comes down to the situation of you know, when you have a property, you're going to have a bunch of people coming in, viewing the home. Do you buy a home are you going to leave it as a seller? Are you going to stay in your home, or are you going to leave it vacant? You know, these are some big decisions because the more people that you can get to view your home, that means the more eyes that are on your property. When your property is considered to be vacant, it's a lot easier to show because a lot of people who are looking at properties and they, take for instance, I've had it happen all the time. People are looking at properties and I get a phone call because they want to show my property that's in the same neighborhood. And if I have sellers that are still living in the property, then what happens is I have to go through a process of trying to see, is the property ready for showing? Are they there? Can they leave the property? It becomes a big inconvenience. So if the property is vacant, it does have its pros of being, hey, this property is easy to show. It makes it a lot easier, say, for last minute situations, and then also for just general scheduling of a property. They know that they can get it scheduled. They won't have to worry about an approval period, waiting for the sellers to respond back. It goes a lot easier. But it is something to consider. A lot of people don't have places to go, so they have to sell a property occupied. So that means you really have to be on your P's and Q's. And what I mean by that is making sure that the property is in good condition throughout the whole period, making sure that you're maintaining it. Actually, we'll probably talk about that on the next slide. And what I mean by maintaining is making sure that the property is cleaned. If you have a property and you have a family, not only does the master bedroom need to look good, but the kids' bedroom needs to look good as well. A lot of times what happens, and I hate to say this, but hey, kids are going to be kids. They're going to stuff stuff under the bed. They're going to stuff stuff in their closet, dirty clothes in their closet. They're not going to clean the bathroom like they should. And that all becomes a situation when someone else comes into the home to view the home and they see that, hey, smells in this room, or hey, the bathroom wasn't clean. Little small things like that. I say they're small, but they're pretty big, because when someone's buying a home, this is an emotional roller coaster. So this is going back and forth. You're dealing with the emotions throughout the whole time. It could be some of the smallest things that really trigger them. So keep that in mind, making sure that the property is staying clean. And what I like to say is picture day ready. And, when you take pictures, you make sure the home is looking phenomenal, because that's what people see first, are the pictures and the images of the home. So make sure that the home is staying clean in order to sell your home fast in today's market. Now, pre-listing home inspection, I'm pretty big on these, especially if your home is a resale. In my market, there's not a lot of resale homes that are available, but they are available. And what that means is that when people are buying these homes, they really want to know that they're not buying a lemon, and because they actually have somewhat of another option depending upon their situation and the location they want to be in. There's a lot of new construction in the Tampa Bay area. So with new construction being an option for potential buyers, something that I coach my sellers on is making sure, or if you can, do a pre-listing home inspection. This is basically reviewing the home so that you can see what's going on with it, so that you're not surprised. Because once you get someone under contract and for some reason they have to bail out because of the inspection, that does not go over very well, because one, people are going to wonder why the property was taken off the market and then was probably placed back on the market within like a 10 to 14 day period. Why was it placed back onto the market? They're going to, think the unbelievable. Trust me, they don't think logical. When a property is off the market and comes back on, they're going to think something is truly wrong with the property. So you may run away potential buyers, and then you also may attract them, because someone else may think that, hey, I saw this property was on the market, then it went off the market, then it came back on. So they may be still interested, but their interest may mean, hey, I'm going to go in and reduce the price now because I know something's going on with that property. So that can cost you a home inspection, pre-listing home inspection may cost you a few $100s. Now, I understand it's another out-of-pocket cost, but it can ultimately cost you thousands of dollars. And I have some examples of that, trust me. And it hurts to see a property being listed at one number and then being completely reduced just because you are being surprised the whole time. And a lot of this could have all been avoided, or at least the surprise would have been known prior to going under contract with the potential buyer that is interested in buying the home at the current price that you guys agreed upon. So keep that in mind, because when it goes south and it doesn't happen the right way, you're potentially going to be losing as a seller thousands of dollars. So keep that in mind. So guys, as I mentioned, that is the gist of how to get your home sold fast. There's so many different tips and suggestions that I can give to you guys, and I can talk to you guys for hours and hours, but this is definitely a great basis of things that you should know and what you'll need to do in order to get your home sold fast in today's market. Who's helping you with your largest investment? That's a big question that you guys should be asking when you are hiring your real estate professional. A lot of people aren't as knowledgeable of not only getting the property sold, but also understanding the contracts. Contracts can be very tricky these days, so be sure to make sure that you are asking the right questions to your real estate professional when you are hiring them. I'll be doing a separate video on the correct questions or questions to consider to ask your agent or your real estate professional when you're hiring them. Also, if you guys are interested in a free online evaluation, I do evaluations where it's an online evaluation where it's no obligation. It takes about 2 minutes. There should be a link here in the description so that you just click on that, input your property information, and it'll generate a report for you in regards to your property. If you want something that's a little bit more in depth, I am also available to do a one-on-one appointment. We do that virtually, where we'll set up a time where you and I would meet and kind of discuss the different things about your particular home so that you can give me a better idea of what you're looking to do. And if it's a serious situation that we may even need to be face-to-face. That's one of my steps in the process of getting home sold fast, and which keeps me with a 5-star rating. So always keep that in mind. But if you want that free online evaluation, just click on the link that's there in the description. And for those who want to connect with me online, feel free to look up my handle, Chris Brown RE Pro, and that's at Chris Brown RE Pro. You'll find me on Facebook, you'll find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. You'll find me on a lot of different platforms. So be sure to research that, see where you can find me. You can reach me directly on my cell, call or even text me, 813-419-3927. Would love to sit down and chat with you and just kind of see what I can do to help you get your home sold fast in today's market. For all in all, thanks once again. Be sure to like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I want to make sure that you are getting the latest and greatest information that's out there in regards to the real estate market. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Take care.